Welcome back. Dale Myers with Vision Advanced. Today we're going to discuss God and business. Is faith enough? So, God and business, lots of good Christians start up businesses and they inadvertently feel it just because they had a vision that that's enough and that God is going to bless them and that it's predetermined, it is written. I'm not going to dispute that. I'm not going to argue with you about whether or not you got a vision from God. That's not the point of today's video. What we're going to discuss is faith enough? Is it just about saying, God got my back? Why are we having this discussion? Well, over the years, I've worked with, again, lots of businesses. Initially, it started back in the late 90s and early 2000s while working as a music marketing and promotions consultant, working with many independent and major labels to promote artists, some of whom were gospel artists. And without fail, the gospel artists would always tell me that, you know what, they didn't have to worry about all the stuff that I was talking about, coming up with 30, 60, 90-day campaigns and trying to coordinate everything with the street team and all of the things that we would do to promote a record, to make a record gain traction in the marketplace. They didn't have to worry about that because God had their back. Okay, so what I would say to them is, all right, and a couple of them I took to the store. I said, all right, let's meet at the record store. And we went over to like a Sam Goodies. Those of you who are old enough to remember that we used to have record stores in the mall where you could walk into and buy CDs and all that other stuff. And we'd go into the record store in Towers Records, and I say, okay, who are the top sellers? And we'd have that, they pull out a few names, whatever, Dottie Peoples or whoever, the Clark sisters, and whatever it was, right? And I say, all right, well, who's not selling? Why are they not selling? Is it because God doesn't have their back? They believe too. So is belief enough? Is faith enough? And of course, most of them would be like, you know what? They didn't want to hear what I was saying. It's a simple concept. Even as a Christian, it does not hurt you to learn business strategy. That's my point here today, is that it's okay to have your vision, and you should. You should have your word and believe, your faith. Okay? But should we ignore good practical information that could help us? Sure. You don't need my help to be a success. You don't need, I can't tell you that you need your brother's help, your cousin's help, or whose help. But what I can say is that God does work through people. Now understand, I'm an amateur. I'm not a man of the cloth per se, but God works through people. And so I happen to know a few things about business. I get paid pretty well to tell people or to help people achieve their dreams and their goals. And I've been doing this for 20, 30 years. So I kind of know a little bit about this. I don't know a whole lot. I'm not gonna get deep down into the scriptures with you, although I could, but I'm not. But here's the point. If I'm sent here to help you, why not listen? So now again, since you're probably still not hearing me, are you aware that there are examples of entrepreneurs in the Bible? There are biblical verses on business success, scriptures on business success. There are prayers for business success. All of these things you can actually look up yourself. I don't know, maybe I might go back and do a video to talk about some of these things because I really want you guys to get that point. Yes, you had your word from God and hold on to it. In no way am I challenging that. What I am saying is that all the examples in the Bible in which God sent one person to help another to achieve the victory, to achieve the goal, and it still is to glorify God. Accept help when it comes. Not just, again, this is so not about me because God doesn't need me to fulfill your dreams. But what I am saying is, don't be foolish. And the other thing is this. So recently I had a couple of different, an artist, a lady that wanted us to start a restaurant, and I can't remember the other business, but all of them strong Christians basically tell me that they didn't have to worry about all that business strategy stuff because God got them. And again, okay, well, Dan Cathy and Truett Cathy, Chick-fil-A, fervent believers in God. But you know what they do? Every year they put on strategy seminars to help other Christian businesses focus on business strategy to glorify God. But you're telling me that you don't need to learn strategy because God got your back. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm not arguing whether or not you got a word from God, but I'm saying, are you sure that God told you to ignore help? Are you sure that God said, just hold on to what you got, don't grow it? Wait a minute. That's starting to sound like the parable of the talents where, the master gave 3 different servants, I think it was 10, 5, and maybe 1 or 2 talents, and then came back after a period of time, and the first 2 people had grown it, and the third one just stuck it in the ground and said, well, Master, I just kept it here for you. He didn't grow. If people are sent here to help you grow, because make no mistake about it, you had the vision, but your vision does require people. None of us achieves anything without the help of others. So God sends people to help you. It doesn't have to be me. I am not that caught up in myself that I'm saying that you have to listen to what I'm saying. What I am saying is that understand that often your help comes through people. If you're going to achieve something monumental, it's probably going to involve people along the way. So be open to that. And again, I mentioned Chick-fil-A. There are so many other examples of good God-fearing Christian brothers and sisters who also focus on business operational excellence. Don't you dare use that as a crutch, because here's what I will tell you is this. I don't know the exact number, but probably 85 to 90% of most business owners don't sit down and plan out their businesses. So don't you dare try to use the fact that God got your back as a crutch for not being disciplined to do the tough things. Because it is in the discipline and the details that you will take this gift that God has placed inside of you and allow it to grow. Again, God can do anything. But if you better yourself, He can do more with it. Let's see what else I have on my list to talk to you guys about today. Bear with me. As I'm recording this video, a pastor is calling me back. I actually reached out to him. I was going to get his input. I was going to try to have a discussion with him about the same topic. Pastor Lofton, I'll call you back after this video, brother. You've also heard it say faith without works is dead, right? Well, it's faith according to His will. The works have to be according to His will. So again, keep that in mind. When I say do some work according to His will, all right, again, I don't want this video to turn into a 15-minute long thing, and I'm certainly not going to try to give you all a sermon. All right, so this has just been my take on God and business. Is faith enough? You better have faith, but God works through people. Be open. Allow yourself to receive the blessings that come. Again, guys, I actually had a whole bunch more I was going to say about this, but I'm trying to keep this short. Now, if I need to go deeper, I'll go deeper, because I actually got a few different verses. I got some right here, but I got some Luke 14:28 about God and business strategy. I got all that we can go into, but I'm trying to keep this short. So again, but if y'all need for me to go deeper, I can go pull out some Bible verses and we can have this discussion a little bit further. So this has been my take on God and business. Guys, stay true to your faith. Stay true to your vision, inspired by God. Last thing I would say is this. This is important. It's important to me. A pastor who I have a great amount of respect for, when I was talking about move according to His will, that's what he says, is that he doesn't move until he gets the word. When he gets the word, he moves. And so if you're wondering, should you listen to me? Should you listen from someone else? Go back to prayer. Get the word. When you get the word, move. All right. And it served him well. Pastor Kevin Hutchison down at True Freedom Ministries in St. Mary's, Georgia. gave up a lot to follow the passion and serve people. But he's managed to pull in millions of dollars into a community that desperately needed it. Serving people, this man is all about servanthood, a great example of servant leadership. And again, I think that's part of what God and business is about. You know, you have to become a better leader to serve others. But story for another day. My name is Dale Myers with Vision Advance. This has been my take on God and business. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below. Help me out or put me in my place. I'd love to hear about it. Y'all take care. Oh, thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Share the video. Take care.